past my girl. It's such a blessing, girl. Put up for the rest of my life. A blessing, girl. A blessing, blessing. You're such a blessing, girl.
Hey, love gang. Today I'm going to show you guys how I did this install. I'm going to also show you guys how I do flat iron curls. Keep watching to see how I got it done. So the first thing you see me doing is I'm just going to start plucking. This is going to be an in-depth plucking tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how I pluck along with the flat iron curls. So if this is your first time watching me, then you would know that, well, no, sorry, you wouldn't know. Well, if this is your first time watching me, I start off with plucking the very first section of the hair, but I wouldn't pluck the very front too much, just a little plucking at the very front because I do not want the front of the hairline to start receding back. By the way, this is hair from my hair company at Top Notch Lux. You guys can find us at topnotch_lux on Instagram. It's gonna all be on the screen down below, and I'm also gonna link it in the description box, so check it out if you guys would like to. And yeah, this is also a wig that I constructed, but I didn't record that process because I made it with my sewing machine, and I'm still fairly new to making sewing machine wigs, so I wouldn't want to make a tutorial unless I got it down pat. I have it down pat, but it still takes me a little while, and I run into a few troubles when I'm making my wigs with the sewing machine. So I'm gonna have an updated tutorial, and I'm gonna have a tutorial on it once I'm quick with it and I don't have no problems. I don't have problems with the bobbin, and that is so annoying. But it is more convenient, and it is faster, so I can't wait until I really get the hang of it and I could just make it in like 30 minutes. Anyway, so after I pluck the front section to my liking, what I'll do is I'll take a section and part that out from the very front, and then I'll start parting, and then I'll start plucking from behind the section. And you do this because if you just keep plucking the front, it's not going to look natural. If you look at a natural hairline on someone's head, you will see that at the very front it starts thin, and then there's like a gradient effect, and that's the same effect you want with your lace frontals. You want it to start off thin in the front, but you don't want it to have a blunt, thick spot. So what you would do is you will create a gradient effect by parting back after every section you've plucked, and you don't have to go too far back, but I go kind of far back because I like it to really have that laid look. I don't want it to have like very plucked at the front and then there's like a sharp thick line. You get what I'm saying? Like I want to just be all gradient and all laying together. This part is kind of fast. I'm not doing anything special. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just lay down this side since I finished plucking it, and what I'm using right now is my Lustrous Renutrients wax stick, which you can find at your local beauty supply store. After that, I'm going to smoothen it out using my hot comb. I need to buy a new hot comb. This hot comb has been with me for years and it is done, but I have to buy a new hot comb. But yeah, so I'm just using that to flatten it out and lay it down some. Now that I'm done flattening up the other side, it's time to start plucking the next side. One important thing I want you guys to know when you're plucking is beforehand, always part the part that you want or the part that your client wants. So you ask your client, do you want a middle part or a side part? How would you like it styled? And you will pluck based on that, because let me tell you something, okay? If you do not do this, you're gonna pluck into the part, and then once you're done and it's time for you to if you do not part the part beforehand and you start plucking, when it's time for you to part that part, there's gonna be hairs missing from the part, and I hate when that happens. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you part the part before. And also, if you're going to be installing the wig as a middle part first, do not pluck the sides too much, because then if you pluck the sides too much and you don't regard that maybe the second time you might want to use it as a side part, once you're ready to do that, to reinstall it and use it as a side part, the part is going to be missing mad hairs from it, and you don't want that. So you want to just steer clear around the side and the middle so that you make sure that those parts are not scanty and missing hair and has bald spots when it's time for you to part the hair. So keep that in mind, please, because that happens to me a few times and it just doesn't look good, and you have to like fill in with like eyeshadow or something. So to prevent that, what you would do is you would part it beforehand. Now I'm taking some bio silk and I'm just saturating the hair with that. And to do these flat iron curls, I'm using the Baby Bliss Pro Titanium flat iron. Don't quote me, I don't know if that's really how you say it, but yes, I got it for Christmas. Anyway, so now I'm gonna start curling. Alright, so first thing I would do is I'll part the hair off in 2 sections, right? And if it's the right side, I'll curl towards the left side, so I'm curling away from the face, and that's how you get it to fall how it's supposed to. Next, what I'll do is I'll just wrap it around like an inch down, no, not an inch, like at least 3 inches down, and then that's when I'll start to turn it, go down a little bit more and turn it. Now the main key to this is the turning part and knowing when to turn. This took me a while to learn. No YouTube video taught me how to do flat iron curls because it was just so hard to learn via YouTube. I had to really do a trial and error and find something that works best for me. It does take time. It has taken me, I don't know what I'm saying. It has took me a long while to get this down pat, and I still don't have it down pat, but I'm fairly good at it. In my opinion, my flat iron curls look nice. And once you're done with it and you get to the end, you want to roll it up all the way together, and then you're going to hold it for a few seconds, let it go, and then hold it up. I'm going to show you guys another time. Hopefully you guys find this video useful and you can get something out of it, because for me, I wasn't able to learn from YouTube videos, but hopefully you guys can learn from this video. So as you guys can see, I wrapped it around once I got to like 3 inches down, and then I just continue to do that. So I open the flat iron and close it back so that I can move down to on the hair, and then I will wrap, go down a little bit more, and then wrap. So as you're doing this, if you don't know and if you can't tell, you're creating like a circular motion, so the hair will naturally curve around the flat iron, which makes the curl. And I hold it for a few seconds, like 3 seconds, and then I just unravel it, and there you have it. It's a curl. The rest of the video is going to be sped up because I just want to show you guys mainly how I do my flat iron curls. And you guys are going to still be able to see what I'm doing. This wig stand is so annoying. I had to buy a new one because it was like really weak and wobbly everywhere, and that's so annoying. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do the flat iron curls. Throughout the entire head, I'm going to let you guys watch it, see what I'm doing. I did not record the other side, but I just did one curl for you guys to see. I would just do the same exact thing that I did on the other side, but for this side, I will curl towards the right, which is the other way. So once you part it down the middle, the side you curl it to depends on which side the head is in, but always make sure that you're curling away from the face and not towards the face. Now it is time to install. The install is not really in regular speed. It's kind of sped up. It's a glueless install, by the way. So to do my glueless installs, I use Got to Be Glue gel along with Got to Be Glue spray, and I do 2 layers of Got to Be Glue gel and then 1 layer of Got to Be Glue spray. I dry it for a little bit, and then I will put the lace down when it's not 100% dry, so it will start drying when I lay the lace down completely. And this is my second layer of Got to Be Glue spray. As you can see, I blow dried it a little bit. It's not blow dried till it's dry, just blow dried a little bit so that it's a little sticky. Now I'm adding my Got to Be Glue spray, as you guys can see. Blow dry it some more, make sure that it's flat, and then it's still wet right now, but that's how you want it to be, because once you laid it down and it dries with the lace already on it, that will make it melt as if you had glue. So that's what I do. This is a method that I picked up for myself. Honestly, most of the stuff I know, I picked it up myself, because when you're doing hair, it's like you just try things and then it works for you, and then you're like, oh yep, new method, got it. So yeah, once you let it dry with the glue, you're gonna have a very secure install, even though you do not have ghost bond or bolt hole. You're just using some gel, which is perfect and amazing. Now I'm doing the other side. I do it one side at a time, because it's really hard to get it to be all melted down at once, because remember, the glue is not going to be as strong. The gel's not going to be as strong as the glue. So you want to do it one side at a time, because if you do both sides at once, it's going to be like too much of a pull. So I just do one side at a time, and then once I'm doing the other side, I let my client hold the other side that was placed down before. See, so he's holding it because I don't want the other side to lift up. Now I'm going to just place the lace down onto the gel, and while it's still wet, it's time to blow dry it. And as it's drying, this is when it's melting it into the scalp, because it's still wet. So when it's dry, it's going to secure and hold the lace down. Next I'm doing, parting out the hair, which is going to be her baby hairs. She showed me the style she wanted, and she wanted something really dramatic. And you know, I love dramatic baby hairs. If you don't know, now you know. Dramatic baby hairs are my life. I live for baby hairs. Next, I'm cutting up the lace with my razor, and I'm just cutting it down. No particular method, but I'm just making sure that I'm not cutting it straight across. And now I'm taking my small scissors, and I'm going to cut it in a zigzag motion. The key to this is you want to cut off as much lace as possible. Try to get off as much lace as possible, because the less lace that is visible, the more natural it will look. Then once I'm finished cutting it down, I'm going to go in with some more Got to Be Glue gel, because when I was cutting it off, I realized that it lifted up a little bit. So with the Got to Be Glue gel, I'm going to just secure it back down with it and then dry it up. And also, off camera, I did let it melt for a little bit using some Got to Be Glue spray, and I tied it down with an elastic band, and that was just for like 5 minutes, not so long. Next, it's time for the baby hairs, and for the baby hairs, I do use Got to Be Glue gel, and I'm just gonna take my fine tooth comb and have some fun. Baby hairs are supposed to be fun. I know some people struggle with baby hairs, but trust me, once you get it down pat, you're gonna get it completely. You just gotta practice, and it's all about preference. If you like natural baby hairs, you can do your baby hairs natural. If you like dramatic baby hairs, you can do your baby hairs dramatic. And for the sideburns, I like to do that little swoop back effect. It's so cute. I love it. So that's what I'm doing now. That's what you guys see me doing. I'm using the teeth of my pick comb. Is that a pick comb? I'm using the teeth of that comb, not the teeth, the tail of that comb. It's a tail comb. I'm using the tail of that comb to do the circle thingy. Then do the other swoop, and I try to not cut it down too short so that I can still have room to form it. And then as I'm forming it, I will cut as I go. So just to prevent cutting it too short, because then I wouldn't have enough hair to swoop it all around, I will cut it but not cut it too short, and as I go, then I will start cutting it. And then I will just sleek it all back into the hair so that it just looks all in place and it just looks really cute. I'm gonna let you guys watch the rest of the video, because I'm just gonna do the baby hairs, and I'll talk to you guys when I'm finished. this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Period.